Good afternoon. So it is time for phonics today, guys, and we are on lesson 19 today of Unit 1. We are almost done with Unit 1. So for those of you that have picked up your phonics packet from your home school, you may notice that the phonics workbook that you got does not start until Unit 2, okay? So what we're doing today and Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, we have 22 lessons. So today's 19, Monday is 20, Tuesday is 21, Wednesday is 22. So we will not be using the workbook packet that you picked up until Thursday, okay? So just put that with your schoolwork and leave it there until Thursday when we start Unit 2. Everything that we do before then will still be used through Google Classroom, all right? And it'll all be digital. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on Lesson 19. Okay, so we're on Lesson 19 today of Unit 1. And we are going to start with our mix it up. You know how I give you some words and you listen carefully, and then we're going to mix it up and fix it up, and you're going to say it after me. So this is when you need to get out your phonics journal, because you're going to write them as much as you can. We're going to listen for the sounds that we hear. I'm not worried if you know how to spell the word. I want you to think about the sounds that you hear. We're going to be on page 16. Okay, and then actually I'm going to turn this off for just a second so you can pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so you're going to put today's date on the top, 9/25, and write mix it up on page 16. Okay, and if you need to pause until you get this done, that's fine. Go ahead, pause, and then push play when you are ready. So we're going to do 6 words today. Okay, remember you're listening for sounds, I'm not looking for how you spell it. Okay, want you to hear the sounds. Our first word is the word pat. Pat. I want you to think carefully about what sounds you hear. At. At. I hear 3 sounds. At. At. So I know that the word pat is going to be spelled P-A-T. Pat. But now I want to change it. I want to change the I sound in the middle to, I want it to say eh. So now I want it to say it, it. What is our new word going to be then? It's going to be pit. We went from pat to pit. Good. All right, our second word is going to be the word inch. Inch. Think about that. How many sounds do you hear? Inch. Inch. I hear 3 sounds. I want you to think about it and write down what sounds you hear. Okay, so in the word inch, I hear I, which is the I, inch. And the CH together makes the ch sound. So we have 3 sounds. Inch. Good. Now, when we're changing it, we're going to take away the ch part. Take away the ch part. So if I'm going to take this part away, what would my new word be? It would just be the word in. Good. I-N. In. Nice job. So we went from pat to pit and from inch to in. Nice. All right, our third word is the word cut. 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 How many sounds do you hear in that word? I hear 3. cut. Cut. So I'm spelling the word cut, C-U-T, cut. Good. Now I want to change the sound in the middle, the to ah. So now it's going to say at, at. What's my new word? It's cat. So we went from cut to at, cat. Good. All right, our next word is the word trap. Trap, like we set the trap for the bear. Think about, say it slowly. How many sounds do you hear? Trap, trap. I hear 4. Trap. The T and the R are a blend and they together, but you still hear both sounds. You hear the trap. So I hear 4 sounds. And if I write those down, I see trap. Trap. Good. So we're going to change the word trap. We're just going to take away the t sound. We're going to take away the t sound. We're going to cover up that t. So what's my new word? If I take away the t, the new word is rap. Like you can rap on a desk, or like rap, like, you know, the rap music. Okay. Next word is froze. Froze. I want you to think very carefully about how many sounds you hear. Froze. I hear 4 sounds. Rose. Rose. But when I write it, if I write just the sounds I hear, rose, this doesn't say O. That says aw. I have to put something at the end of it to make it say O. What do I have to put at the end? The E. The E makes the O say O. So we have to make sure we add that E. So now we're going to change rose to the word freeze. Freeze. So we're changing the vowel sound in the middle to E. Freeze. Freeze. So we still have 4 sounds. So we have freeze. There we go. There's our sounds. Freeze. Good. All right. And our last word is seem. Like, did she seem to feel okay? Seem. Eam. Eam. I hear 3 sounds. Eam. Eam. Good job. And we're going to change the word seem. We're going to change the E sound to uh. So we're going to have um. So I have some. Like when you add 2 numbers, you get the sum. Good. All right, so we can go ahead and put our journals up for now. That's all we're going to do for today with those. Tomorrow, we're going to have our spelling. Not tomorrow, I'm sorry, Monday. We're going to have our spelling test. So make sure that you are studying those spelling words, okay? All right, so I'm going to go back to sharing my screen with you. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some words on the curve. We're going to get rid of some parts of the blend. So our first sentence is, look at that snowflake falling from the sky. Let's all say the word flake together. Flake, flake. Remember to do it on your curve. Flake. Flake is the word on the curve. So we're going to break it apart. So we have fl is our blend. Flake, flake. But we're going to take away the old part, and we're just going to have it say. So now we have fake, fake. What's our new word? Our new word on the curve is fake, fake. Good. Our second sentence is, she stays after school for drama club. Club. Let's all say that word together. Club, club. If we break it apart, the blend is cl, and the rest of the word is ub. Club. Club is the word on the curve. We're going to get rid of the ol sound though. So now we just have ub. Ub. What's our new word? The new word is cub. Good. All right. Now the frog hopped high. Frog. Frog. So let's break apart that blend from the rest of the word. Frog. Frog. We're going to get rid of the sound though. So our new word is og. Og. The new word is fog. Good. The new word on the curve is fog. All right. My sister can drive a car. Drive. Drive. Let's break apart that blend. We have drive. Drive. We're going to get rid of the part and just say dive. Dive. So our new word, dive. Our new word in the curve is dive. Very good. All right, and our last word is, the play took place on the stage. Let's all say that word together, please. Stage. Play took place on the stage. 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 So let's break apart that blend. Age. Age. We're going to get rid of the t sound though, and it's just going to say age. Age. So our new word on the curve is sage. Sage. It's a type of grass, I think. People burn it in their house to make the house smell good. All right, so now it's time for our spoonerism. And our spoonerism has 3 words today. It's going to be a little tricky. So it is bit the hall. Bit the hall. Remember, with their spoonerisms, you have to take the first letters of 2 words and switch them around. Bit the hall. Do you need to see it? Here we go. Bit the hall. What should the word be? What should the phrase be? It should be hit the ball. Good job. Hit the ball. All right. So our learning targets for today are, I can read tricky words. I can identify the different sounds for the past tense marker ed. I can reread the story The Milk to build my fluency. All right, so we're going to go over some tricky words today. I'm not going to do that part. Okay, so here is the word why. Why is the house so dirty? Me. My cat loves me. What? What time is your bedtime? What? How? How many scoops of ice cream would you like? The. This cookie is the best. Down. We need to take down the flag in bad weather. Of. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Do. Do you want to give the dog a bath? 2. The car needs to be towed. Or a. May I please have a snack? From. It is important to know your right from left. We sail out on the water. She loves to swim. That was the best show. I hope he studied for the test. I would like to be on the beach. Where is the dog? Once upon a time, there was a princess and a pea. It's a one-eyed monster. Good job. All right, so we're going to skip to slide 32. All right, so we're going to talk about the past tense suffix of ed. Okay, so when something happens in the past, we add a 2-letter suffix to the verb, ed. Now, ed can be said 3 different ways. It has 3 different types of pronunciation. Ed can be said like ed, as in acted and rested, or it can sound like a d, like filled and hummed, or it can sound like a t, as in asked and packed. So these letters are added to the end of a verb. And a verb, guys, remember, is a word that shows action. It shows what the subject of the sentence is doing. So the ed suffix is called the past tense marker or the past tense ending. So the letters are pronounced different depending on the sound that comes before them. So these 2 letters may be pronounced in the expected way, acted. Like he acted in the play. These 2 letters may be pronounced as d, like in filled. The bag was filled with candy. And they also may be pronounced as t. She politely asked a question. So we have the past tense suffix ed, the past tense marker, at the end of a verb. You should say one of these pronunciations. And it's usually pretty easy for you to figure out which one sounds right and which one doesn't. So let's do some practice. We're going to add some more to this chart. Okay. We have the word rested. Rested. Which place is it going to go? Under ed, d, or t? Where should it go? It should go under rested. Good job. The next word is the word packed. Packed. Where should that one go? Packed. It should go under the t sound. Nice. And the word hummed. Hummed. We put that one under the d sound. Good. Hummed. Nice job. Good work, guys. All right, so now we're going to look at some review sounds from our flip book. And these are the words that we just talked about. We have the t sound that is spelt with ed, like in asked. And look, the power bar is pretty small. That tells me that it's not a very common way to spell that sound, but you can spell the t sound with an e and a d. You can spell the d sound also with an e and a d, like in the word filled. Filled. So look, the power bar for the d sound with ed is a little bit bigger than the power bar for the t sound with an ed. Not much, but a little bit. So we're going to look at our code chart, and remember, we already did it this afternoon with my first class, but I still want you to see it because next week when we start using our phonics packet, I really hope that you guys have these. I hope this was included in it. All right, so here we have the ED for the D sound in filled. So when we have the D sound, we can use the single D for dot. We can use a double D for add. And now we can use ED for filled. And if you look at the power bars for each one of these, which one is more common? It's more common to use the single D, like in the word dot. And here is the T sound. We have the asked ED sound, asked. So we can make it like a single T in top. We can make the T sound like the double T in sitting. And now we can have the T sound from ED in asked. Good job. All right, so worksheet 19.1. Let me show you. Strong Classroom. So under classwork, under phonics, unit 1, lesson 19 activities, here it is. So tonight you're going to reread the story, The Milk, okay? You're going to reread it for fluency. And here is the activity that you are going to do. So just like we just put those words in the correct column, we're going to do the same thing on this paper. You're going to open it with Cami. Okay, so the first word was landed, landed. And the person decided that it sounded like the D, the ed in acted, acted, landed. So they put it there. We're gonna go ahead and mark, oops. Take the drawing tool, Jacqueline, Miss Cofer. We're gonna mark out landed, okay? Then the next one is quacked, quacked, quacked. Does it sound like filled or asked? I think it sounds like asked, quacked. So we're gonna put it over here. Right, and then I'm gonna go mark it out because I've used it, okay? Then what about flapped? Flapped, okay? So you're gonna go through each word and you're gonna decide, does it sound like ed, d, or t? And you're gonna type it in and make sure you mark it out so you don't use it twice, okay? You only use it one time. Then down here, you're gonna read this little story that has these words underlined with their ed ending. And I just want you to highlight them. Just highlight the words that end in ed. Just want you to notice them. And then you're going to answer these 4 questions about the story, The Milk. All right? So that is your work for today. Okay, it's time to wiggle. Everybody get up and wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ms. Otter's over there wiggling too. She's wiggling like a snake. All right, so your wiggle card for today is just stand there. She didn't like that one very much. All right, wiggle on back to your seats. All right, so today you are going to reread the story, The Milk, okay? I will go ahead and read it to you. Okay, so we're gonna reread the story, The Milk. We're not gonna do it in small groups, okay? Because we can't do it because we're not together. So are there any words that you did not understand from that story yesterday? If there are, you need to send a message to let me know what they are so I can explain them to you. So we're going to reread the story because it helps you build your fluency. A fluent reader is not someone who races and speeds when reading. Instead, a fluent reader can read with expression and does not have to frequently stop to sound out words. So let's review some punctuation. This is a period. A period is used at the end of a sentence. This is a question mark. A question mark is used at the end of a sentence where there is a question. And this is an exclamation point. An exclamation point is used at the end of a sentence where there is excitement. And a comma in a sentence means to take a tiny break when reading. Okay. Oop, there's the book. Okay, so remember, we're not going to be able to do small groups, but I'm going to read it to you. I would like for you to read it again tonight. If you want to read it to a younger brother or sister, that would be great. If you want to read it to an adult or a grown-up in your house, or if you want to call a grandparent or an aunt or uncle and read it to them, that would be great. So here's the cover of our book, The Cat Bandit, our table of contents. I'm going to put the glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. All right, the milk. Once Beth left a glass of milk on the deck. The cat spotted it. It was up where he could not get it. The bandit was sad. But then he spotted a string that ran from the shed to the deck. Mom had hung wet socks, wet pants, and a wet jacket on the string. The bandit grinned. He sees that milk up there. The cat bandit went and got Dad's belt. Then he got up on top of the shed. He swung the belt on top of the string. Then he held onto the belt and jumped off the shed. Whiz! The bandit went zipping off on the string. Pop, pop, pop! He knocked the socks off the string. Pop, pop, pop! He knocked the pants off the string. Thwack! He knocked the jacket off the string. Looks like he's having fun though. At last, the bandit went zipping past the milk. As he went past, he kicked the cup with his leg. The cup fell on the deck with a crash. The bandit landed on the deck. Then, lap, lap, lap. That was the end of the milk. He is drinking it all up. That crazy cat bandit. All right. So you are going to reread your story tonight, okay? And do the 2 pages on page 19.1 that I assigned to you. So our learning targets were, I can read tricky words, and we read several of those. If you have not put them on your yellow cards, you need to please do this so that you can practice your words every night. Okay, we have once, one, why, or, what, how, down, do, to, of, from, was, or a, the or the, me, be, we, she, and he. So those need to be on your yellow vocabulary card so you can be practicing every day, okay? So we can read tricky words. I can identify the different sounds for the past tense marker ed. So we've said there's the ed, d, and t. Good. And I can reread the story, The Milk, to build my fluency. And that is what you're going to do for classwork today. You're going to reread the story, The Milk, and then do the questions for the milk and do worksheet 19.2. these pages right here, 19.1 and 19.2. All right, so that is your work for today. So you have plenty to do. Don't forget to study for your spelling test. Don't forget to be doing your fluency. I think I should probably show your fluency is at, because I don't know that some of you know because you haven't done it yet. So let me show you. If we are on the Google Classroom, this is our classroom, okay? So you're going to come to Phonics right here. Phonics Fluency Passage 2. And guys, when you look at the section of work, if it says view more, that means there's more down there. So you need to click view more if you're looking for something and you don't see it. But here's our Phonics Fluency Passage. It says, read your fluency passage 3 to 5 times each weeknight for 5 nights. So you're the virtual class. You're going to read it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. It says turn in on Tuesday. So these 5 people that have turned it in, I don't know how you have turned it in because it's not Tuesday yet. It's only Thursday. It's only Friday. So you still have today and Monday to read it. But here is your fluency. I'll read it with you. It's called Your Sense of Smell. Sniff, sniff. Your sense of smell tells your brain many different things. When you smell something, your brain lets you know if you smell something sweet, like candy, or stinky, like a skunk. Did you know that your sense of smell helps you taste your food? It does. While your sense of smell tells you if your food is sweet, sour, bitter, or salty, your sense of smell is very busy too. It adds to the flavor in your mouth by helping you smell food at the same time you taste it. Okay, so you're going to read that 3 to 5 times for 5 school nights. Okay, so you're going to open it with Cami, so that your parents can either sign it on your touch screen, or some parents have been making a text box and typing their initials and the date. Either one is fine, but if you turn it in without an adult's signature or initials, I'm not going to give you credit for it, okay? It has to have an adult signature or initials for 5 nights. If you only do it for 4 nights, you only get 4 points out of 5. If you only do it 3 nights, you only get 3 points out of 5. Okay. All right, so that is your phonics fluency. And if you did not do the fluency for week 5, you probably need to go back and do that one too. Phonics fluency passage 1, because see, only 6 people have turned it, oh, I'm sorry, 26 and 6, that's 32. So 32 people have turned it in, but 24 of you have not turned that in yet. And you'll get a 0 on that, guys. So go back and do that one, okay? And then your wit and wisdom fluency right here, fluency, color of zone, fluency homework. So you're going to click it. You're going to open it with Cami. All right, and you're going to read, and I will even highlight the part that you're going to read, because you're not going to read everything in here, okay? You're only going to read parts of it. Where's that at? Shape. I'm going to draw a line. Okay, so I'm going to go from here to here, here to here. All right, this is the part that you're going to read, okay? Just this part. Parrots are green, goldfish are red, elephants are gray, pigs are pink. All animals have a color of their own, except for chameleons. They change color wherever they go. On lemons, they are yellow. In the heather, they are purple. And on the tiger, they are striped like tigers. One day, a chameleon who was sitting on a tiger's tail said to himself, "If I remain on a leaf, I shall be green forever, and so I too will have a color of my own." Okay, so you're going to read it 3 to 5 times a night. Okay, Highlight that part. Gonna make it really big and fat. 3 to 5 times, okay? And your adult needs to initial it. So you can initial it and put the date. You do not have to initial it, just your parents for this one, okay? All right, so you have 2 fluency homeworks to work on. Study your spelling words, do the worksheets that I have assigned for you, and reread your story, The Milk. And any of the other stories that you want to reread at night, I am perfectly happy with that. Please make sure that you have gotten on ReadWorks because I assigned reading group work this week for all of you, and almost everyone has signed into ReadWorks and has been doing some of it. But remember, all 4 stories that I assigned you are due tomorrow after school or tomorrow at the end of school, okay? You have little questions to answer after each story. They're not long. They're like 1.5 to 2 minutes, okay? So make sure you get on ReadWorks and get your reading work done because you'll have new stories next week. All right? Okay, so you guys have a great afternoon, and I will see you on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. Bye, guys.